We don't talk about trauma, mama.
Welcome to the BBT podcast. I'm Becca.
And I'm Quilly.
We're friends that are just trying to be better together.
Join us to hear about what it's like to be in between Gen Z and millennial identities.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Hello everyone and welcome back to the BBT pod. I'm Becca.
I'm Quilly.
And today we're going to be talking about recent POC movie releases and ranking them.
Do you guys remember CHOPSIX?
Yeah, we're bringing back CHOPSIX. It's a series where we rank 6 things. Today we have 6 POC movies that we've watched recently. It sounds like chopsticks, so that's why we call it CHOPSIX. Yes. And it also sounds like top 6.
So creative. We're so creative.
I know.
I love it.
If you haven't seen the last one, we did it on pet peeves. So that one was really interesting. But today we're going to be talking about fun stuff.
Oh, fun fact about that one, dude. If you go on YouTube and look at the previous CHOPSIX episode, we had one of them, which was mansplaining, which was one of our biggest pet peeves, right? And we got a comment on our YouTube. And we don't know if that person's a man, but I don't know if you read it, you can probably assume that we got mansplained about mansplaining. Ooh.
Yeah, oh my god, I just remembered. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's a very lengthy comment too.
Our first paragraph comment and we get mansplained.
Go check it out. Go to that video and check it out. Give it a
thumbs up.
Give it a
like and subscribe.
Up. You might know that this past year, Coley and I have been really keeping up with the movies that we're watching. We're watching a movie almost every week. And so this is actually the first time that we're going to be talking about some of the movies that we're watching. I think we had a couple of shots of us talking about movies, but we always end up cutting it out when it didn't make the final cut. So this is gonna finally be a movie review episode.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned POC movies. So I'm just going to go list them off, give you the quick one-sentence synopsis of what is happening in these, and then we'll tell you our rankings. Mm-hmm. So these are just movies we watched. Like, we didn't cover all POC movies. They're just the ones that we selected to watch at the time. Disclaimer. It's just out of the 6 that we watched recently. So the first one, it's a live-action film called Minari. Came out in 2020, and it's about a Korean family starting a farm in 1980s Arkansas. Or Arkansas. I don't know, Becca, which one is it?
So I am confusion. Why is this one Kansas, but this one is not Arkansas? America, explain! Explain! What do you mean in Arkansas?
Next one is Wish Dragon animation. Came out in 2021. Determined teen Din is longing to reconnect with his childhood best friend when he meets a wish-granting dragon who shows him the magic of possibilities. Next one, also animation, also 2021, Raya and the Last Dragon. In the realm known as Kumandra, a reimagined Earth inhabited by an ancient civilization, a warrior named Raya is determined to find the last dragon. Alright, next one, live action. I think you guys can guess which one this is. 3, 2, 1, Shang-Chi, or Shang-Chi, and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi, the master of weaponry-based kung fu, is forced to confront his past after being drawn into the Ten Rings organization. 2 more. They're both animations. 2021. Encanto. Did I pronounce that right?
Encanto? I think so.
Encanto. A Colombian teenage girl has to face the frustration of being the only member of her family without magical powers. Our final one, 2022, Turning Red. A 13-year-old girl, named Mei Lin turns into a giant red panda whenever she gets too excited.
The most recent release. All right, so let's start ranking them. Starting from the
let's
bottom.
Go.
So for number 6. I have Raya and the Last Dragon.
Ooh. For number 6, I have Minari.
That was my number 5.
And Raya was my number 5.
Okay, number 4 was a Wish Dragon.
pretty sure we have the same top 4.
Yeah, we do.
So, is your number 3 Shang-Chi?
Yes.
Nice.
And then Turning Red for number 2.
Yes.
And then Encanto as your number
1. Encanto.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so we watched the movies together. I mean, no surprise there that the ranking is basically the same.
We have the same, like, similar complaints when watching, and then we take notes afterwards. We're very prepared, guys.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. We're movie experts at this point.
We're pros. We should be writing for IMDb or, like, RottenCritic.com.
Critics, Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Critics.
Yeah.
DB.com.
Become a part of the Academy for the Academy Awards.
Yeah. They should watch our video before deciding who gets what. I swear if Don't Look Up gets, like, Best Motion Picture or something.
Oh, it's today. The Oscars are today. Oh my gosh.
They're today?
I'm really curious. Yeah.
Wait, are the results out yet? Or
I don't know.
Yo, they might be out by the time we're finished, so we can.
Yeah, that might be.
Let's talk about your number 6. We'll go with your ranking, and we'll move up. Raya. Oh.
So I put Raya below Minari, and the reason for that is Raya, I think, started off really strong. It set up the plot with a lot of different elements, very complex plot. It really kept me engaged. Okay. But then as the story went on, I felt like there were more things being added to it. And then by the time it got to the end, it kind of felt like a rushed ending. So everything that was being added was just like closed off, and that was it. Like you didn't get to see much of the character development of Raya. You didn't really get to see her interact with all of these random people that were added to her journey. And that had to do a lot with the way that it was organized as well. Like the way they edited it, they would just shoot like a place image,
and then they put like a name
at this place. Yeah,
like it hadn't really. Okay, I just thought of this comparison. So when you're watching the movie, by the way, massive spoilers. Why are you here if you haven't watched it yet?
Yeah, massive spoiler
for all the movies. Okay, so the way that they did it was very much like Mission Impossible or like 007, when they show like the aerial view of a location and then they put the location name. But the thing is, I think it only works for those movies because it's actually based on Earth and we know these places. So in our minds, we contextualize it and we understand what continent and where they are, right? But in Raya, they never introduced all of these places well. Like they introduced people from these places, but they never really explained the connectivity between all of them or even showed what they look like. So when they're suddenly like, oh, this is the place where these people are from, and she's there, and I'm just like, what does this mean to me? Like, why is you suddenly cutting from area 1 to area B, and I don't understand the significance?
I know, yeah, and I want to see more of the village itself. I wish they showed more of the people there and explained more about them, like you said. So it just felt like very disconnected from Raya. And she was a person who was going to these different places. I want to see her immersed into those different places, but it just felt like she was just going there and...
Yeah, she was just like walking through.
There. Yeah. There's no
especially that town that reminded me of like Vietnam and Thailand-ish with all the boats and stuff. Like, it was so pretty, but she just like ran through it and then that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
One more thing. You know how you were talking about being immersed? When we were watching that movie, I kept being taken out of context. I kept being like distracted. And this one line that I remember from like Awkwafina's character, Sisu, was like, oh my god, it's like when you're doing like the group work and like I'm like the one who doesn't really do anything, and then I'm like,
it doesn't make sense for the context that we're in.
Exactly. That just tells me that they didn't put enough effort into establishing what that world is like to make something work in that world, both in that world and outside of it. So instead, they just take an example from our lives and then puts it in. But then I'm like, wait, but I never saw like classroom group work kids, in the movie.
Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the dragon of Sisu's character.
Yeah.
I felt that she was too much of a comedic relief and not as much of like a, because her character was really important, I think, to the storyline, right? Like she's the last dragon, but I felt like her character was a little bit too much of a comedic relief than anything else, like very playful and very
usually that personality goes with like a sidekick, and then her being like the center of this whole story, like alongside Raya. It was very interesting that she wasn't as serious, but then suddenly at the end she got like super serious, so then it was like you couldn't really see the character development. It's like lacking that supporting factor to how she became what she was at the end. Exactly.
So that really just didn't make the movie more enjoyable for me. I think the characters themselves were not very likable. Like I didn't really feel that connected to Raya, and I should, because she's the main character as well. And I think because they kept adding new characters in, I should feel connected to them as well and like them, but I didn't. Right, like the little baby.
Yeah,
and the
I
other,
feel like that's
the other
okay
boy.
too. But it's just like you have no emotional investment into like their situation.
Yeah, at all. Like no context of who they are, why they're there.
Like I don't think we have to like exactly relate to them that in like a personal way or anything. It's just how much we enjoy their presence and feel their emotive to achieve whatever at the end. It was very confusing. It wasn't very clear what she was after, basically. I don't know.
But then in the end, everyone like trusted each other, and then everyone loved each other. And I'm like, what?
That was
how
super
did they
Disney.
Get there? How did they get there when they just met? And then,
like literally they were trying to kill each other like 5 seconds ago, and then like something else happens, and then they're all trying to get together. And then they did, but it's like, why? I think we're not the target audience. The target audience is not 20-plus-year-olds, I don't think.
Probably not. Yeah.
I know that it got a lot of waves because it was like Asian representation, everything, which is great, super great. But in terms of storyline, not. Yeah.
It was also really heavily promoted. So,
yes,
that's good too, for Asian representation and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, moving on from a not really blockbuster to our 5th rank movie.
Yes.
Minari.
What do you think of Minari?
What do I think of it? Okay. If I were to put Minari into a vibe, it would be unsettling for me. I know the point of them is supposed to be like they go to Arkansas or Kansas and they settle down, but I felt unsettled. I felt like they did not settle.
This movie is like the complete opposite of Raya, where if Raya is like there's too much going on, Minari had like nothing going on.
It was a farm. There was water. There was fire.
Yeah.
And there are people.
Yeah, and I think that was the intention of the movie. The movie's supposed to be very simplistic, supposed to show like a regular family going through their daily struggles. Yeah. And I guess that was my expectation going into it, so I didn't really expect too much at the end. Like they were able to, demonstrate that it's a very simple storyline, and they executed that right. They didn't set up super high expectations and then let me down. But that's not to say that I wasn't disappointed with the ending. I think the ending was very ambiguous still. I guess it wasn't like, my personal preference.
It like movies. Left me confused. Because there were a couple of elements which I think were references to religious things, but I didn't understand them, and I thought that they were confusing, and I'm like, I don't know why they had to have it in there. And then it felt very tragic to me, like overall.
I mean, spoilers, but like the house, when the house caught on fire, like that was just. That was so like,
sad.
I know. Like, it felt like he was getting somewhere, and then the house caught on fire.
It could have been symbolism for like, wow, when you're an immigrant family and you first come to America or like North America and you're like trying your best and then everything just burns down. But it was like super, it was done in a way that was like very, it left me in shudders.
Yeah, for sure. I think the one redeeming quality at the end, I think the son was okay. Like his heart was getting better, right? So that was the one thing. But then I think their marriage fell apart, and a lot of other elements to the story was just very
there was a
heartbreaking.
stroke. There was a guy who everyone thought was crazy. There was it's just so sad.
I know. Yeah.
Like I guess they really didn't. They wanted to make it feel real, and in a way, I think it did. It was very artistic, and it was like very mundane. Some of the shots, which was nice because it gave you a feeling of things that are real and real.
Yeah,
but then again, it also wasn't too real. Yeah. It was like real but not real, and so it was like uncanny valley, you know. Watch it and let us know how you feel.
I know a lot of people really liked this movie though. It has like really good reviews and stuff, so maybe it's just not my cup of tea.
Maybe it's not
and
for
I
us.
get that. Yeah, I think it is at the end of the day a very artistically done movie, and it did demonstrate real life, and it was set up as a simple story, and they did that. Okay, so good job to them for
did it.
Doing that.
Yeah,
just not for us.
I mean, we are comparing it to like blockbusters and all that kind of stuff, so it's kind of we're being unfair.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it's not like the Academy's fair, but like
exactly. No one talks about that.
All right. Wish Dragon. I actually enjoyed.
Me too. I was just gonna say that. I actually really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, and one of the aspects that spoke to me was like nostalgia, because I was born in Shanghai, and wow, it's like they actually got a lot of elements of Shanghai correct, in my opinion. Good. For you know, for like, I guess, is it Hollywood, for like an animation from here, North America, they got it pretty accurate, in my opinion. They had the iconic buildings. They had the life feel of the regular people, because it's not like Crazy Rich Asians, right? They're not all rich, and they showed like old style home versus new style. The taxis, they got the taxis, bro. The blue and the yellow taxis, that's Shanghai.
That's good. Wow, I didn't know that part. I think overall, the story was, I guess, simple
endearing.
In a way.
Yeah, very. It was very linear, of course.
Yes, very linear. It managed expectations very well. I think the dragon in this movie was very funny. A very good character. Very. I really liked the dragon character, and I really liked the bond that the dragon had with the main character. I forgot the main character's name. Din, yes. I like their interactions.
The dragon was so cute. He honestly reminded me of like Mushu, but fluffier and more sensitive.
And he also had a lot of sass, and I really liked that. He was very sarcastic. Sass. So funny. What a funny guy. A lot of people compared this movie to Aladdin. Because it's like
came out of a
granting wishes. Yes, that too. Yeah. Classic movie about rich versus poor. I always love that trope.
Yep.
Very
rich
good, very
Goral,
classic.
Rich material Goral with a poor boy who lives in a one-room apartment with his mother, which honestly is very typical of regular Shanghainese people. And then all the neighbors, they got the vibe. The story was cute. It was fun. Animation was good.
Simple. It's good. It feels like a good movie. Good. Definitely recommend.
Thumbs up. It's a feels-good movie.
Definitely a feels-good movie. I really like the dragon's character arc as well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and even the villains were, in a way, comedic relief. And it was done better than the comedic relief in Raya.
Yeah. Very good. yeah, just overall really well written. Really enjoyed it.
Nice. Now let's get serious, okay?
All right.
Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Actually, I don't even know if it's an unpopular opinion because I went on TikTok and a lot of people agreed with me on this. What is that? Liang Chaowei, who played Wenwu, his father, was the actual star of the show.
Oh. Yeah.
Tony Leung is that his English name?
Yes.
He's still got it in him.
He still got it. Yeah.
Still got it.
I think what made this movie stand out compared to a lot of other Marvel movies, I think it's very different. There's more like mythology elements. Usually you get more like sci-fi elements. So because of that, it really stood out to me. I mean, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan. Like I haven't seen a lot of Marvel movies, but I can say from the ones that I have seen that it feels very different from those. Yeah.
I got a story about that. About my encounter with a Marvel fan. So I was at Cineplex. Okay, I was at Cineplex with my friend who's a Marvel fan. Okay, and I watched Ant-Man 2 without watching Ant-Man 1. Okay, I just went in to watch Ant-Man 2.
That's okay.
So, right? And I was asking a lot of questions. And you know how like these Marvel movies have a lot of like references to other Marvel movies? I didn't get them because I'm not a Marvel consumer, right? I was just sat there asking my friend
because there's a cameo. Like, yeah.
They're like, and I was like, huh? Timothy Chalamet? But it wasn't Timothy Chalamet. It was something else I didn't understand. And especially like at the end scene, like after the credits, they will have like a thingy where they like relate to other movies, right? Okay, I did not get that. So then afterwards, I was talking to my friend in the hallway as we were walking out, and I was like, oh my god, like what was this? What was that? Like, oh my god, I need to watch more Marvel movies to get it. Guess what? Some dude behind me straight up was like, oh yeah, you do. Did I ask you a question, sir? Was I talking to you?
Wow, you just proved that he was eavesdropping that whole time.
Yeah, exactly. He was listening on our whole conversation, judging me for not watching. I'm like, after you said that, I don't want to be in Marvel Universe fan world. Why are you so toxic?
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah. It's okay. I get it. A lot of you out there like Marvel. I'm not saying you guys are like that, but this guy was mean.
Yeah, you gotta be more open to other people who want to enter the MCU.
MCU.
Yeah, very complex universe you guys got there.
Shang-Chi, it was when they were okay. I guess like everyone's seen this movie by now.
Yeah.
Who's Trevor? Why is he there?
Yeah.
No, Trevor is the creature's name, right?
I don't know the
all right, who's the white British guy? Why is he here? Why? Okay, I don't. Just given the context of this movie itself, he did not have a purpose. Okay, I'm just saying. You know, like if we use scissors and we cut around the movie out of the MCU, snip, 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 as a movie standalone, why is he there? Right? It doesn't serve any purpose.
They could have put anyone else there. They could have put another character there.
Could have put an Asian person.
Yeah, and it still would have been fine.
Yeah.
If they wanted to really add him in it, they could have added him to the end credits like everyone else.
Yeah. Why did he get special treatment and show up in the middle? Like, I don't need no British white man in my film with Mr. Tony Leung, okay?
No.
It was an opportunity for them to put another Asian American actor in there, and they filled it with a white man.
I know. Like, come on. They had the perfect opportunity, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What did you think about Awkwafina's character and Simu's character falling in love?
Yeah. So I didn't get falling in love vibes at all. Same. I didn't even think that they were in love or trying to show this like romantic relationship between them until Kuli said it after the movie. And then
because they had their hands like this when they were at the table. And then they did the arm thing.
And then it hit me that, oh, I guess they were trying to sell that they were more than just friends. I don't like that. I didn't see it at all during the movie. To be honest, I think that Aquafina's character felt like very out of place. Like a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little
it's
bit
like
out of
they
place
could have
sometimes.
given her more. Like they
I
should
think so.
have.
Like they always give Aquafina this character that is just like her in her real life. Like why can't you just give her like a character that is something else? You know, give her a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
and
are you
also
why
like
are you, like putting her in this box?
Kind
of
I feel
annoys
like
me.
her best performance in this movie was the bus scene where she was driving down the bus and she's like, "Oh my god, who are you?" Okay, that was like yes. But then later on when they were like training in the mythical world where the creatures were actually based on mythology apparently, which is cool. But like she only shot one arrow. She only shot one arrow in the battle. And I'm just like, you could have given her so much more to do. All right?
Yeah.
Like her and the old man who was teaching her, like they could have had more chemistry. And overall, the chemistry between her and Shang-Chi was like friends. I didn't see the romantic development.
I didn't see it at all. Yeah, they could have definitely given her more. They never do. I feel like they don't give Aquafina a chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like they want her in the movie and I feel like they might have not designed the character or the script to match her.
Yes.
Right?
It felt like she was just tagging along. And that's all she was there for. She's just a background character, but then clearly she had some importance to it.
Exactly, because if she was the background character the whole time, then there's no reason for her and Shang-Chi to both walk into the thing at the end.
Exactly.
Right? Which means she'll be appearing in the next movie, but I hope that she'll have a better role. Like a role that is more suited for her. Because I don't know what the team did. They might have chosen her before they finished finalizing the script. Because or they might have chosen her. I don't know when they chose her. But the thing is, I feel like the collaboration between her and the screenwriter, there needs to be some communication there because it needs to fit her better.
Yeah,
to enhance the story.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Overall, it was cool though. Also, his sister.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she was cool. She was really cool. Kung fu aspects, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty
I was
cool
actually
to see.
so impressed with like their Mando pronunciation.
Oh yeah,
of
that
like
too.
the characters. I was like, wow, damn, they got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. No background on where he got the rings. I kind of wanted to know, but that's fine.
Yeah, where did they come from? Oh my god,
yeah. I mean, like it's his origin story, right? Like I kind of want to know where the rings came from, but I mean, it's fine. Yeah, just some questions there. Yeah, I think overall like a pretty enjoyable movie.
It was
really
fun.
Enjoyed it. Yeah. His father
10 out of 10.
hitting the wall. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? She's not there. You really think the wife is there?
Yo, he was so obsessed. It really reminded me of Snape from Harry Potter, how he was so just obsessed with getting her back, you know, and just obsessed with her.
Yeah.
SMH.
It's crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
All right.
Now on to the recent release of Turning Red.
Turning red.
This movie got so much controversy. I don't know. I did not expect that out of a Pixar animation, but it got so much controversy.
Yeah, by like salty people who couldn't relate.
Yeah. Sean Connell, I think.
Oh, yeah, I don't have his quote. But he said something about like... Let me take a deep breath. I couldn't relate to this, so that like I wasn't in like the target audience. I mean, I feel like it's like meaningful for you guys, but like not for me. And it's honestly like not a good move or something.
He said that it seemed like Domi Shi wrote this movie for her close group
For
of
her
friends.
friends.
Yeah. Which, like, bro, if you think about this movie, it's actually about growing up and going through puberty. You didn't go through puberty? Clearly not.
I feel
You're
like
acting like a
it
child.
really highlighted a bunch of people who had privileged upbringings.
Yes, for sure.
Because this tells a story of a girl who was pressured by her parents to perform well, and she had that stress, and she was putting it on herself as well. Not only she was trying to people please her mom, and she was hiding poor grades, poor performance from her parents, hiding her real interest because she was afraid of being judged. Did I mention race in any of these descriptions? Did you guys relate? Yes. It's like,
I think everyone goes through that when you're growing up. You just grow up and you have different interests now. Maybe it doesn't align with what your parents want. And that's okay.
Exactly.
That's what this movie's trying to show. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people who complain like, oh my God, I can't relate to this, just means they didn't have these struggles when growing up and you're privileged. Thank you very much. You're exposing yourself here.
Another thing that people were saying is that the movie was like about periods, and then because it's about periods, it's not a relatable storyline to like the male audience. Like, what? Okay, first of all, I think that in it should be talked about more, like
periods.
It was not about periods, but the fact that like the movie mentioned periods in the first place, like,
yo, so many people got upset, eh? Like,
I know they got upset that
it
they
was
mentioned periods, but then like we should be talking about periods. What's wrong with talking about periods, though?
it's the sex ed thing. They somehow took this like tiny element of the story to relate to their own political, religious views, and I'm like, guys, chill.
I know.
They somehow politicized this super cute movie, and they were like, this is bad. This is teaching our kids the wrong thing. They shouldn't watch this. It'll brainwash them.
And even the part when there's like ceremony, people got really offended about that too.
Yeah, they said it was demonic.
Demonic. But I mean,
I feel like it's super duper. Yeah, I feel like it's also super duper rude to take because clearly the ceremony was inspired by certain religions that we have in Asia, right? So it's super duper rude to take something like that and call it culty or call it like anti whatever and call it demonic just because you don't understand it. It's like you wouldn't like it if people said that about your stuff. Why would you go say that about theirs?
Exactly. And I think it gives the movies a good chance for everyone to learn about a different culture, learn about different religious practices, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like people just need to be open-minded and accepting.
Yeah.
Love and peace.
Yeah. Love and peace. Some people also said the movie was a little bit cringy. And yeah, I think that was a point though, because they were growing up, they're like going through puberty. And you know, when you're in that age, you're cringy.
It's the phase of our life that we cringe. Yeah, we cringe at. Exactly.
Yeah, we look back and we're like, why did we do things like that? You know? Why did I have a Justin Bieber obsession?
Draw her faves. Exactly. It wants to make you feel that way. Yeah, people were set up the
the fan fiction thing. The fan fiction thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That why would a 13-year-old do that? That's like not realistic.
Do they not know? They actually do that? Dude, have they not heard of fanfiction.com or fanfiction in general? Miss, you're about to be in for some explosive, demonic, flashy news.
Yeah, like they are so shocked that a 13-year-old can do stuff like that. But I'm not shocked.
Amazing.
That's just
because we're on TikTok.
What it was like.
We know. We see.
We've seen.
It's like this right now too. Like.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this right now.
The number of 12-year-olds who have their username as like Min Yoon-gi's pinky toe. Like, come on. Like, their minds are clearly not in clean places if that's what you're referring to. But you know, also something else that I was shocked about in this film?
Yeah.
The accuracy. They got the dirty TTC seat. I cannot stop thinking about how accurate that is. Like, you look at that seat, you're like, wow, I don't want to sit on that. Yeah. Toronto Transit Commission, nastiness, all there. They even put a Blue Jay in at the end by the Sky Dome, Rogers Center. I think they called it the Sky Dome because it was like back in the day. Yeah. Man, it was good. And they had like if you walk down Chinatown here, there's like the little dragon lamp thingies. Like the poles, the pillars, they had them. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, they really captured Spadina like really, really well.
Amazing.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Oh yeah, the one article our friend shared with us.
Yeah.
Okay. The most, like, Domi Shi, the director, was like, the most unrealistic thing was the fact that Maylin's family owned property that opened out right up to the TDC, the streetcar. And she's like, oh, I just wanted to, like, not have her commute so far into downtown.
Yeah, because a lot of immigrants live in the suburbs, right? So this was an extra added element to the magical realism.
Yeah, the red panda wasn't the part that didn't make sense. It was the real estate. Toronto real estate.
Yeah. It was interesting to see Toronto in like animated form.
Yeah,
really
it's cool. Amazing. Like, I can now imagine what... Actually, no, I can't. I was gonna be like, where is like... Okay, so you know how like most of the Transformers movies or whatever are like set in like Chicago or something and they see their city being destroyed? I feel that way, but like animated.
Oh, the Sky Dome being destroyed by a giant panda.
Yeah. Basically. It's like, wow. Now more people are going to think Toronto's the capital of Canada.
Yeah. Oh my god. Downtown Canada. Jeez.
I just remembered that meme.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Downtown Canada.
I enjoyed it. I think it was a really cute movie. I wish they showed more of the forest scene. I think that would have been interesting to explore a little bit more. Like, why did it turn to the mom's younger self? I guess it was like her inner child or something. I wish there was a little bit more dialogue there because I was interested to hear Maylin's response to what her mom said, but we didn't really get to see that too much.
It was kind of sudden too. Like, they suddenly put her mother's younger self and then they suddenly ended that whole thing. Like, it would have been cool if they could extend that to all the aunties and then you could see all the aunties when they were younger and then they all grew older as they moved towards the center. Okay, and then one thing was, like, in the beginning they told Maylin that she only had one chance to turn, but that's not true.
Oh yeah, they did it.
I feel like that's the only like loophole that I really grabbed onto. It was like, she was like, oh, you only have one chance to turn back, and that's just like added pressure to her. Like, it could have been intentional where they wanted to like pressure her more to like listen to her parents, which is like the theme, but then like clearly they can turn whenever. Every time there's a red moon, like, isn't that like every month or something?
Yeah. And I kind of wish they did more dialogue between the mom and then the grandma as well, because I think there's definitely some like intergenerational trauma there, and that could have been talked about more to heal her past self as well. So that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was overall a really good movie.
Yes. The dad was cute.
The dad was amazing.
They really, they like captured the essence of a typical Asian dad.
Very cute.
All right,
I
shall
liked
we
it.
migrate to another part of No, Colombia is not North America. Another part of the world.
The Americas.
The Americas. Okay, this reminds me of something, like totally tangent, but Becca and I and a couple of friends were playing Scribble.io or whatever, Scribblio, and then I got a word. I got a word that was it America?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a word that was America, and I wanted to be inclusive. So I drew the whole North and South America, and people were so confused because it was like, I think we have the photo somewhere. And I started drawing
Yeah, I
water
have it.
beside it, and it took so long for people to get it. I was being inclusive. Okay, I include North, Central, and South.
I think I was one of the only people who got it. So
Exactly.
I know what
I was
Chloe's
like,
thinking.
yes, Becca, you got me. People were like, huh? What?
So good.
But yeah,
It's so
back
funny.
to South America.
Encanto.
Colombia. Encanto.
Love
Amazing.
this movie. Amazing. That's all. Kidding.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. It hit on every aspect. Okay. Good music. Great animation. Characters that everyone loves. What else?
Beautiful
Plotline.
scenery.
Amazing. Yeah.
It touched the heartstrings.
Touch the heartstrings. Relatable storyline.
It was funny.
Yeah, very funny. I love it. I also noticed that in these recent movies, like even all the way to our third movie, Shang-Chi, they all have these like family issue things. It's not like there's a main villain. It's like the villain is family conflict.
Family conflict. Do you think it's because during quarantine, during COVID, people have been trapped at home with their families, so they start antagonizing everyone in their family?
That is so true. That is so true.
Like,
They
just
start
imagine.
thinking about it. Yeah.
Right? They think about like, wow, I hate this person.
All of these past things start coming up. They start realizing it. They start thinking about it. Start sitting with it more. Wow. And then
Wow,
the
I
directors
figured
are
it
like, I'm
out.
inspired.
Yes, new content. You know, people are going to look at this many years down the line where they're analyzing the Tinseltown Hollywood progression and movie themes, and they're going to be like, during this time, a bunch of themes came out. It was family, self-discovery, and being single, and it's women empowerment. It's all because of zillennials.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow.
Zillennials being trapped at home.
Yeah. Being trapped at home and seeing all these things that we just ignored in the past. We always thought about these big villains, but the villains are closer than we think.
We don't talk about trauma, mama. Basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So funny.
We don't talk about trauma. And now we do.
Now we do.
Also, Stephanie Beatrice. Love her. Rosa.
Amazing. One of the only main characters in a Disney movie that has glasses. Or like an animated Disney movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
very
many,
cute.
Did you see that photo where the little girl looked just like her and she had glasses on and she was like, oh my god, that's me.
So
cute. For so many years, little white girls and white boys have been experiencing this. Now it's our turn. The people of color. To be shown on American TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I also liked how they had a very wide range of female characters, you know, not like the typical slick and skinny with like long hair. Isabella? Yeah, not everyone looked like Isabella. You have Luisa, who was strong.
Love Louisa. Yo, fun fact, they made more Isabella dolls than Louisa dolls. So they made more pretty girl dolls than strong girl dolls. And then they sold out the strong girl dolls. In your face, Hasbro.
They thought that everyone would buy the more Isabella dolls because that's what Disney typically sells. But they were surprised with the actual outcome.
People like strong girls.
Yeah,
they do.
Her character was awesome.
I just got like...
Her song was awesome too.
Oh my god, her song had a drop. Like, it had trap. It had... Wow. It was like... Wow. It was like...
so good.
Wow.
So good.
Top 10 Disney soundtracks. Okay?
Yes.
Dude, the
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack for Encanto, like in general, is just so amazingly produced. It was so modern. It had like the modern flair, but also the Disney taste. It was very good. Good job, producers.
Yeah. And it was one of the... I don't know. I don't think there's been a song like We Don't Talk About Bruno in the past where there's so many different characters singing, and then they all like
it was like a
mesh
musical
in together. It's like, wow,
it
it was
is
so good. It is musical.
It was like an in-person musical.
Yes.
Do you know what I
like
mean?
a theater.
In a lot of like the Broadway or the theater ones, they have stuff like that. But
yeah.
It's like, wow, it's a very, very done well this time.
And I like how they, at the end, I think the final song, they took like the same rhythms from past songs and then they incorporated it to that song. It's really good.
Yeah.
Solid.
Amazing.
Solid. Yeah.
Solid movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, have to watch it.
It's so good. Can't recommend it.
Good. So good.
Yeah. Can't comment on the cultural stuff too much because we aren't.
Yeah, I don't know how
Colombia.
good that was. Yeah. But
everything else is good.
And I learned that Mariposa means butterfly.
There's so many
because there's a cruise line here. Yeah. There's like a cruise line called Mariposa, and I thought it was like a pretty name, and I never knew what it meant. And now I know. Butterfly.
Wow. I actually didn't know that either. Cool. Yeah, lots of butterflies in the movie. It's just very beautiful.
Yes.
The colors. Oh, love it.
Sorry, crack my back. Yes. All the colors. Yeah, it was nice. It was emotional. It was beautiful. It was fun. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Ticked all our boxes.
Yes.
Might be biased. Let us know what your opinions are. Like, have you seen all 6 of these? How would you rank them?
If you haven't watched them, watch them. Then give us your ranking.
Rank them. Exactly.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to know. Do you feel the same way we felt about Minari? Is Encanto on top of your list?
Yes. Yo, before we wrap up, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Ask away.
If you were to be one of the protagonists in any of these movies, who would you be? I guess it's more like what universe would you want to live in?
Oh my gosh. That is a very interesting question. So, turning red, if I was her, I'd be basically living my regular life.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I feel like we can't pick Maylin because it's just the same. Yeah, we both play flute, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I also had a Tamagotchi. Like that was
Me
basically
too.
me. And I was obsessed with Justin Bieber. Like that was my forte. So I was basically her.
I was obsessed with Big Bang. That was my forte. Yeah. What else was there? It was like, wow, pretty much the same. We had multicultural friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so we excluding that one.
Exclude that one. Probably not Minari either because Minari felt
same.
is too painful. I can't.
It's depressing.
It was too. Yeah, there's too much struggle there. And so no, I don't think I could live in Arkansas.
Arkansas. So you're team Arkansas?
Yeah.
I'm team Arkansas.
Okay, what does that leave me?
Okay, Encanto.
Encanto and Raya.
Shang-Chi. Wait, did you mention Shang-Chi?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Shang-Chi, Wish Dragon, Raya, and Encanto.
Oh, okay. I think it's a close tie between
There's this one thing I forgot to
Encanto-
mention.
Oh, yeah.
About Raya. It really reminded me of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah.
But not
a lot
as
of people
good.
compare it. A lot of people compare it to that.
I feel
Yeah.
like because there was like the Fire Nation and the Water People.
Yes.
And I feel like they didn't do it as well as Avatar. Also, Avatar is a series, so I can't really compare it, right? But
Yeah.
the characters were more meaningful in Avatar. Like they had
Yeah.
their own personalities. Okay, yeah, so that was a tangent.
They could have. I feel like Raya would have been a really good series, though. If
Same.
they really wanted to like complete all of those plot lines that they introduced, it would have been very complete as a series.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no,
So
they
yeah,
didn't do that.
No,
So
they didn't.
all right.
Okay, so obviously Raya is not on my list either.
Raya's
I
not on
basically
your
narrowed
list.
it down to the same as you. So Wish Dragon, Shang-Chi, or Encanto.
I think I am going to go with Encanto.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's a nice world to live in.
Yes. Agreed.
Looks very colorful and lively. Yeah. Let me think about the other ones.
Agreed.
Wish Dragon.
I was thinking about the other ones too. Wish Dragon, it was based in Shanghai. Which is nice, but also not very different from, like, I guess, reality. It's not like the MCU for Shang-Chi, where it's like you'll get interactions with, perhaps you could meet Spider-Man one day.
Oh, yeah. That's
right?
true.
It's like,
that's true.
it's kind of like slice of life
true.
too. You
That's
know,
true.
for Wish Dragon.
That is true. I have to think of the broader.
Right? Yeah, the broader.
Because
Yo, do you want to meet?
the broader?
Well, I mean, if we
meet
don't
Spider-Man.
snip. Yeah, you could meet Robert Downey Jr. in another universe.
And Tom Holland. Wow.
But they often have Disney crossovers too. So, like,
Oh, yeah.
Encanto, the characters might meet the characters from Tangled, you know?
That's true. Yeah, that is true. Because
Okay, wait, why don't... I feel like that's too much. Why don't we just limit it to that movie then?
Let me think. Yeah, I think I would still go with Encanto. Yeah.
Nice.
Would love to be friends with Luisa.
I know, right?
Yeah, would be fun.
Yeah.
And meet Bruno.
I think
Bruno's
I would
such
also
a nice
pick
guy.
Encanto. I want to be friends with Antonio too.
Antonio's so cute.
Antonio.
Antonio's so cute. I love his character.
Same.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the fact that Dolores knew the whole time but had to keep it quiet, like,
I know.
that means
She
that
says she heard him in the walls, eh?
Yeah. That means she kept it quiet for the sake of the family. And I guess that's what everyone did. They just did their own thing to make sure that their family was in abuela's
Met to
vision.
their abuelas. Yeah.
Exactly.
They basically very similar concepts in Turning Red.
Yep.
So I don't know what y'all complaining about.
I know, right?
Maybe the
Come
same
on,
haters
guys.
also didn't like Encanto.
Maybe. But if you guys can relate to toys, can relate to fish.
Fish. A clownfish, by the way. Not even the cool
Wall-E.
fish.
Wall-E,
robot.
who can't even talk. What else is there?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Are we talking Pixar?
Yeah.
A soul? A little
yeah.
glowing blue blob?
Yeah.
An old man? And a kid? And a dog? Up.
Floating in the air, a talking dog. Then
Monsters?
You can relate to this.
Can you relate to
Yes.
Sully? Mike? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, don't really understand. I mean, relatability is a big part of a movie, sure. But I think that there's other element. Like, you could just enjoy a movie for whatever it is, even if you don't necessarily relate to it.
You
Enjoy
can't
the
go into
storyline.
it like with prejudice. You must go
Exactly.
with an open mind.
Exactly.
Like me with Minari, my mind was open, but then it closed pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah. You just go in open-minded. Don't have any expectations. Okay? You don't have to relate to every single character, every single theme. And that's okay. It can still be a good movie, even if you don't relate to it. I don't relate to the fish, but I still found it a good movie.
Sorry, if any of you have seen Demon Slayer, I was imitating Nezuko near the end. So we'll catch you guys next time. We're gonna go check out results for the Oscars if they're out. If they're out, then we'll have a bonus episode for y'all. If not, have a great week. Stay safe, guys. We're not gonna hide it anymore. New wave is coming. Put on your mask. Use hand sanitizer. Don't touch your face. Don't grab other people's masks. I've heard it happening. Actually, one of my friends was yelled at for wearing a mask on the TDC.
What the heck?
So yeah, stand up for your bros. Yeah, people yelled at her for wearing a mask, and they were like, "Take it off! Like, why are you still wearing your mask?" And I was like, "Thank goodness they didn't like grab for your face," which I also heard happened
Wait,
to other people.
what?
So yeah,
Oh my
stay safe,
God.
guys. Drink lots of water.
That's
Yeah, you know.
scary. Okay.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. Be careful. Don't let people gaslight you. If you're wearing your mask and you want to wear your mask, just wear your mask. It's fine.
Don't be peer pressured, because at the end of the day, they don't matter. You matter.
Be that red panda. It's okay.
Yes, exactly. And we're all gonna be better together. Ay. Movie name. It was said.
That's a good way. That's a good way to end our episode.
Oh yeah, okay. We should do that.
Be better together.
Together. Do.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the BBT Pod.
Our music is by our friend at soundcloud.com/MIERUKO.
See y'all next time.
Bye.